What's up, world? I want y'all to just be aware that 2012 is not the end of just some 26,000 year cycle where the Earth goes up and down on the equinox and is alignment with the Milky Way every 26,000 years. And it's not a 144,000 year cycle either. This is a 16.4 billion year cycle that is heavily backed up by the Mayans' predictions. And thanks to Kaleman and his book The Mayan Calendar and the Transformation of Consciousness, he graphed it out and realized that the Mayans, just like scientists, know that the universe is 16.4 billion years old, and I just think this is really overlooked, and we have to take that into consideration. And for the Mayans, you know, to know this around like 300 AD, I mean CE, sorry, isn't that a little eerie? Don't you think they got a little help from that? I mean, McKenna talks about how cultures who did use psilocybin mushrooms were aware of this date. And if that's the case, then what else could we learn? Oh my god, I heard McKenna in this one interview say one possibility of the end of 2012 is time travel. Because if the I Ching gets smaller, that graph, time wave zero, if it gets smaller and is an infinite in 2012, then we can technically just do anything at that time and go back to previous times and not really alter anything, I don't know. But since there wouldn't be a pattern that we'd have to follow, then we could just do anything technically. Go back, forth. Even David Wilcock believes that there'll be portals that will just sort of be open in certain specific regions of the world that allow you to teleport through time. Not really. I'm skeptical, but at the same time I know it's not all coincidence. If the Mayans did channel it from the gods, which I believe are aliens, then how did the aliens know? I mean, how did they get the wisdom too? If the aliens knew about the 16.4 billion year cycle, you know, that means they haven't had their 2012 yet. Like in that other video I said, I might have to alter that one a little bit. Because we're all going to have it together in this one big universe we're all chilling in. Primarily, I want you to recognize that the Mayans thought the universe is 16 billion years old, just like science, and that it's the end of that cycle. Like the pyramid, the very top is 2012. And if you don't see any coincidences in all these facts, and you know your brain is polluted with science, then I don't get how you can't acknowledge how this has some relevance. I mean, that just doesn't even follow the scientific method.